Welcome back to Triple Down Gaming, everyone. Today we are going to be starting a multi-part series on basic understanding of the game of craps, and the variety of bets that go along with the game. Now, for this first part, we're going to basically be covering the basic understanding of the game, some common table etiquette, and then as well as the pass and don't pass line. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Again, basic understanding of the game of craps. Several of you might have seen the table in a casino or other gaming area before. You might be wondering, how the hell does anyone, or some of you might be wondering, what the heck is going on? How do you keep track of all of the different bets and everything that is on the table? Well, here we are to try and simplify that. So, the basic understanding of the game of craps is essentially betting on a number or a set of numbers to be rolled by two specific dice. In this case, again, there are going to be five dice, and whoever is throwing the dice can make their choice of whichever two they want to roll. So that is the basic understanding of the game. Again, betting for a number or a set of numbers to appear on two sets of dice. Now, going into table etiquette, typically, again, in any casino, um, you're gonna place your money on the table. Again, there can be no hand-to-hand contact between a player and the dealer. So in most cases, you will place your funds on the table. Typically, it'll be in the come area here, and they will exchange your money for chips. So say we place $200 on there, the dealer will come pick up your money and give you 200 in chips. In this case, again, we are taking 100 in 25s, another 50 in 25s, and then the final 50 in fives here. So in this case, again, that's kind of the typical table etiquette in terms of approaching the game. Now, second piece with that being typically if the puck here, as we will call it, is ever in the on position, typically you do not want to be throwing anything onto the table because it is in the middle of the game. Anytime the puck is in the off position, typically that will be the time when you can place your money in exchange for chips. Again, never when the puck is in the on position. Several players will take that as not necessarily disrespect, but again, several players will have superstitions that, if that is done, it kind of disrupts the flow of the game and can potentially bring bad luck. Um, so that's kind of the basic table etiquette. Again, placing your funds in the come area for chips, and the second being typically only do that when the puck is in the off position. If it is ever in the on position, do not do that. Now, going into our first set of bets, typically the most common bets are the don't pass line and the pass line. Now, to understand the don't pass and the pass line, you also have to understand, okay, how is the game played? Now, again, we already know the purpose of the game, bet on numbers. Now, the process of the game can be a little confusing. So, the first part of the game is, again, getting your chips. In this case, we will put our chips up here, or actually in the center, just for, again, illustration purposes. Now, when you approach the table, typically the dealer will offer you, or whoever's turn it is, the choice of dice that you want to throw. So in this case, we will pick, say, two dice, and they will pull the remainder back into their little holder. Now, when the puck is in the off position, a new round of the game is going to begin. Now, in the beginning, typically there is what they call a come out roll. And the come out roll, that is basically to determine whether the pass line or don't pass line bets will win. You want to play the pass line or the don't pass line, you will take your chips. In this case, we'll say $10. You'll place it on the pass line. Now, the pass line bet is essentially betting that on the come out roll, again, when the puck is in the off position, you are betting essentially for a 7 or a 11 to be rolled. And that will mean a win for the pass line. Again, 7 being, 5 or 2, 4 or 3, or 6 and 1. Now, when a 7 or 11 is rolled on the come out roll, the pass line will win. If a 2, 3, or 12 is rolled, the pass line will lose. It is kind of the opposite of the pass line, where if a 7 or 11 is rolled on the come out roll, it will lose, or if a 2 or 3 is rolled, it will win. The unique thing different from the pass line is barring 12, when a 12 is rolled on the come out roll, it is a stand. It will not win, it will not lose. So in this case, again, we're going to do a couple illustrations here of these bets. In this case, we'll have one illustration being if a player, say here, was playing the pass line and a player over here was playing don't pass. So again, this will be the come out roll as signified by the puck being in the off position. So we'll see what we roll here. Now in this case, we rolled a 5. So in this case, a point would be established here. The dealer would put the puck in the on position over the number 5 box, signifying that the point is 5. Now, when a point is rolled, the pass line and don't pass line, the bets change. In this case, you no longer want a 7 to be rolled for the pass line. And in the case of the don't pass, you want a 7 to be rolled. Essentially, after a point is established, the goal of the pass line is for that point to be rolled again before a 7 is rolled. In the opposite case of the don't pass, you want a 7 to be rolled before the point is rolled again. So that is the change of these two bets when a point is established. So in this case, we'll continue rolling to see what happens. So in that case, a 6. Again, if a 7 is not rolled, nothing happens with the two bets. They just stay as they are. So we will grab the dice here again and keep rolling. Now in this case again, a 3 is rolled. Again, not being a 7. And the game will continue on. Nothing will happen with the pass line or the don't pass. So in this case, again, we rolled a 5 now. Now a 5 was rolled. In this case, the point was rolled prior to a 7 being rolled. The pass line here would win, and the don't pass would lose. So that is essentially the pass line and don't pass line bets. Again, on the come out roll, when the puck is in the off position, you want a 7 or 11 to be rolled for the pass line, and you want a 2 or 3 to be rolled for the don't pass. Again, 2, 3, or 12 loses on the come out roll for the pass line. 7 or 11 loses for the don't pass. So again, those are kind of the two main bets for the game of craps. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and we will move on to our next part series, part number 2, which will go over the number bets here.